Kim, do you know the answer to life, the universe, and everything?
Yes.
What is it?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. Hey friends, welcome to the 42nd episode.
That's the answer.
That's right.
That's the answer to the question you asked.
42.
42.
And this is the 42nd episode, not counting a little introduction, to it, because that didn't count.
Whoa.
This is the 42nd full episode of Nonsensicality, although for a while it was called something else, but we don't speak of that.
No.
It's kind of like the Star Wars prequels. We don't really talk about them much.
Shh. They exist.
They get to where we need to be, I guess.
They're funny, though. Like, they're worth a re-listen.
Part of it is they're kind of like the original ones. Really, there's cheesy lines, bad acting, and fun special effects. That's what they all had. Everybody's like, the prequels are horrible, and I have to say the writing was not as good as the original three too. But so the prequel.
But our earlier podcasts are.
Anyway,
they're fine.
They were kind of nonsensical. There was a few. We were feeling who we are. We were getting to the nonsense. We had to get there. We had to arrive.
Yeah,
and we have.
I tell you what, though, the one about fine arts, that's a whole bunch of nonsense. Or modern art.
Modern art, yeah.
Modern art.
That was our very first one. That was our first podcast, the Chicago Modern Art. Yep. And it was like almost an hour long. So we've learned how to trim things down. And
was it really an hour long?
Our earlier ones were really long.
I'm so sorry for those of you that had to listen to us for an hour.
Or maybe you're welcome because you got to listen to us for an hour. So there.
Oh, that's true. You're welcome.
If they're still listening now, then apparently it wasn't that bad. But so, this is our 42nd episode.
Keep listening.
So 42... The answer to life, the universe, and everything, of course, coming from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Douglas Adams.
Yay!
Great sci-fi. And so we
amazing radio drama.
Yeah, the radio drama, a lot of people read the books, and a lot of purists, are all about the books are better than the movie. Well, the truth of the matter is the radio drama came out before the books.
You make fun of me about that.
I know. Well, and I agree on a lot of things. I've read books and saw the movies, and I agree. Your imagination can do more with a book, and you're not just spoon-fed everything. I get it. But Hitchhiker's Guide, the truth is, it was a radio drama first, and it was amazing. I worked a night shift at a job where all I did was scan documents all the time for 8 hours. Those got me through a lot of weeks of scanning documents, was those Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So love those. Douglas Adams, really fun.
So were you ever in a spot where you were like in the zone of scanning things and then you just burst out laughing because, Zaphod Beeblebrox and...
Sure. It's possible, but I wouldn't have been the only one because everybody listened to like long things. They didn't just listen to music. But I can't remember. I honestly don't know if I busted out laughing. But I remember like smirking a lot. So
would you like to bust out laughing again?
I'm always a fan of busting out laughing.
Great, because we're going to talk about some sci-fi quotes.
That's great. We got some. The fun thing about sci-fi is, and we'll get to the quiz. Promise.
You're stalling.
I am, because the last quiz I took, I bombed. Like the 4th of July quiz. Okay, no pun intended on bombing, but it's the 4th of July fireworks. Anyway, I did horribly on that quiz. I felt like such an unpatriotic person. I felt like I'm going to get deported just for my test results on that. And I really love sci-fi, so I'm afraid, and I think I can do the quotes one. I think I can do that. I'm afraid, though, I'm not going to do well, because if you're like, who directed this obscure sci-fi movie in 1980 that nobody liked? Well, I don't know if I'm going to get that. Because there's sometimes, there's a lot of sci-fi out there. And if you ever watch riff tracks, that there's a lot of bad sci-fi.
Oh, there's some terrible.
Birdemic. I mean, I don't know if that's sci-fi or not. But
it's so bad.
Birdemic,
it's like the best, worst movie ever.
And it is horrible. It might be considered horror, but it's based on global warming and science.
Oh,
it's solar panels.
The writing is bad. The special effects are bad.
If you decide to watch Birdemic, you got to watch the riff tracks version of it. So it's the guys from Mystery Science Theater.
Yes.
More sci-fi. And they just riff on it the whole time. It's very funny. So Birdemic, I highly recommend watching the riff track version of that. Don't just watch the regular version, because then you'll want to hunt me down and shoot me. But it's funny enough in its own right. You can make fun of it. But it's the worst movie I've ever seen.
I watch it when I'm having a terrible day.
But we watched it this weekend.
It just makes me laugh.
One of the things that spurred this was we actually did kind of last Saturday did a sci-fi movie marathon, and that was the first one that we did. We watched Birdemic.
Kicked it off with Birdemic.
And we're like, why are we doing this? Then you watched Buckaroo Banzai in the Eighth Dimension.
Also terrible.
All-star cast, though. All-star cast. You got Peter Weller, who became RoboCop. You've got Jeff Goldblum, who was The Fly, who was in Jurassic Park. So lots of sci-fi spin-offs.
Christopher Lloyd was
Christopher
in it.
Lloyd from Back to the Future. You've got John Lithgow from Third Rock from the Sun, or Third Rock is what it's called, right? Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Anyway, who has played an alien for several seasons. So you got all these famous sci-fi actors coming together for a horrible movie about a man who travels to the eighth dimension. Forget 5, 6, and 7. Straight to the eighth dimension, where these weird creatures are living in a mountain. They're trapped there. They come out. It's just so redonkulous.
Well,
but it's funny because you got a lot of fun. It's just very 80s. The style, the fashion that people are wearing, very fun.
But the worst part about it is Buckaroo Banzai himself.
He's hilarious.
He's this acclaimed neurosurgeon.
Yeah.
He's a rock star.
Right.
He's this ridiculous scientist.
Martial arts expert.
Who, it's just like his character is just...
And he plays the guitar in a band. His group of people has a band. And so once he's done breaking through the eighth dimension, his band plays at a club that night. It's just so ridiculous.
Yeah. And his club they're like his bandmates are all like supposed to be brilliant scientists too. And they travel around and,
it's so
they
funny.
Get calls from the president.
But apparently it had a cult following afterwards. So it was like it bombed in the box office, but then got a big cult following. People liked it, and they were like touting a sequel at the end of it, hoping, hey, if it does well, we'll do this next sequel. And of course, it didn't. In fact, the studio went bankrupt.
That's sad.
It. So,
that's sad. So I enjoy thinking about when it comes to sci-fi, like the technology. Like I would love to be able to teleport.
Oh, well, it may happen. And scientists, and this was like almost 20 years ago, I heard a story about how scientists were able to teleport a proton from one place to another.
Well, hey.
An entire proton. They were really excited about it. I don't know how far they moved it, but it disappeared from one place. And it's weird, all these scientific discoveries that you see articles on. It's like, we had a breakthrough, and it was on like a very, very molecular level. And you're like, this is not at all what we're hoping.
So we're not going to tractor beam, anything.
They're working on it, right? I mean, like...
They're working on it.
I saw an article.
But it's, hundreds of years. And scientists are really fingers crossing, hoping that they can get, like, dust from Mars or stuff from a comet trail and a
very
tractor
small,
beam.
Very small. Yeah. So teleporting, I've heard of warp speed, so that's, like, faster than light.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an article about 2 years ago. Basically, they're working on a warp speed engine that essentially kind of folds space in front and behind. It's weird.
What I want, though, and I'm sure that you'd roll your eyes, I want to be like the guy in the Matrix that gets plugged in and then like downloads all the cool stuff to know.
No, I think that would be great. I just don't know if I don't know how I feel about people sticking a microchip on my brain, which is, again, another one of those things they're talking about could happen. Because I'm like, if they're controlling what goes in my brain, they could be programming my brain. It's a little bit of a concern,
Yeah, but it's on the Matrix. It's fine.
But they're all, because the machines took over.
Yeah.
It's not fine.
But they're all unplugged.
The whole dystopian future.
They're all unplugged now. It's good.
But everybody else, all the rest of humanity is still plugged in and being used as batteries.
Okay, well, there's a flaw.
There's flaw. This is the double-edged sword of technology.
There's a flaw.
Like teleporting. You better hope when you teleport that there's not a fly in the machine with you.
I'd only do it if Scotty was at the controls.
So, Scotty. But there's several times I've seen teleporting gone wrong. Galaxy Quest, one of my favorite sci-fi movies.
Well, yes.
It's really fun.
The pig lizard was turned inside out. The
pig lizard got turned inside out and exploded. And
I forgot that it exploded.
And it exploded. That's what he says. It's funny. If you haven't seen Galaxy Quest, first of all, shame on you for not having seen Galaxy Quest. It's already over 20 years old, right?
It's amazing.
But it's so good. That's another thing we watched this weekend. That was the thing we were on. We were on Buckaroo Banzai. Then we watched Galaxy Quest. Then we watched a documentary about Galaxy Quest and how it made cosplay cool. So all the nerds that like to get dressed up in cosplay, it was kind of, people laughed at them a lot. But then after Galaxy Quest, it became popular and cool, and so everybody does it.
Everyone does it now.
If you're a cosplay person, you can thank Galaxy Quest for that because it really did help.
Okay, if you could cosplay though, like who would you go as?
If I could cosplay as anyone,
Yeah, like from any movie even.
man, Buckaroo Banzai, why not?
Gross.
I'd have that soundtrack.
Try again. Pick someone cool.
Okay, if I could.
Or would you like go as an alien? Or, you know.
Man, I don't. There's so many great options. Man, I wasn't prepared for this question.
Come on.
I'm already flunking. That's the thing. I'd be like, Darth Vader would be great. I mean, to have a full Darth Vader costume, like a legit one, would be awesome.
That would be cool.
And even a Stormtrooper costume would be pretty cool. I might be a little short for a Stormtrooper. I don't know. I feel bad because our son, who was going to be in a Stormtrooper at something and like this really cool production, got cut because he was too short.
He was a little short.
I felt bad for him.
He felt bad.
Although
for him.
I did not hesitate from saying that line.
Oh, you made fun of him a lot.
I didn't make fun of him. I told him how bad I felt. But anyway, yeah, like it was something like really cool, like Stormtrooper, things like that. There would have been a time I would have gone dressed as Doctor Who, one of the longest running sci-fi series out there. But now that Doctor Who's a girl, I wouldn't. You know. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. What about you? Who would you cosplay as?
I would go as the 10th Doctor because I really like his sand shoes.
So the David Tennant.
Yeah, I'd go as the David Tennant Doctor.
That's pretty good. I don't know who I'd have to really think about it.
That's a big question.
It is. There's so many out there, and you won't let me do Buckaroo Banzai. So
no, pick again.
So probably someone from Star Wars universe. I think I would pick. I think it'd be fun. By the way, if you hear again, our dog is panting. I don't know what her deal is, but she loves being in the podcast. So she
doesn't like being left out.
I hear it through the headphones, but I didn't hear it actually in the podcast. Maybe you did, but anyway, yeah. So I would. Ooh, I'd have to.
You could go as Jabba the Hutt, then it wouldn't really matter.
I thought about it because you could have so much fun if you're Jabba the Hutt. How cool would that be?
That'd be good for social distancing because he's like 6 feet wide.
Well, and he's probably stinky and gross, so everybody keep a wide berth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It'd be hard. If money was no object, I'd go with something, maybe a Predator. I mean, that's a pretty cool get up.
Oh, they're invisible.
Well, I wouldn't go invisible. They can turn invisible, but they also have like really creepy.
I remember watching that movie when I was a kid with my best friend and being really scared.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty scary.
I don't enjoy sci-fi that scares me.
No, I saw, I mean, like The Fly was one of those. I saw The Fly and I was not aware of how scary and rough and violent it was. I don't know why I didn't. No one, I mean, it was clear it was going to be scary. But then Event Horizon, probably the scariest sci-fi movie I've ever seen. And like, I couldn't sleep after I don't know why I didn't turn it off. Because I think it's maybe, I paid a rental for it and I want to get my money's worth. But like, that's one of those faster than light kind of sci-fi. So they made a ship called the Event Horizon, could travel faster than light, and then it disappeared. But then it showed up several months later on the other side of the galaxy. Wow. So they go find out what happened. Well, it folds folds space in half. But when you go through and puncture through, there's that void that you go through. Oh. Turns out that it's hell. And it's like they were like going through literal hell. And
that's not
it
good.
was gory and gross and scary. And Don't ever watch it.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, are we ready? Are we going to take this quiz?
I was going to say, have you put it off? Okay, so I realized I lied. It's not actually a movie quote quiz.
Oh, well, thank you.
But, I think you'll be okay.
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 Do I need to keep track of my score?
Yes, keep track of your score.
Okay. Great.
You have fingers.
I have 0 fingers up right now. Let's hope that changes soon.
I love how he looked around really quickly for a pen.
I was
realized
maybe
that he had fingers.
I was thinking my phone. I used to have like a game app where you can keep like a score pad, but I don't right now.
No, so
forget about it. I'm just going to use fingers. Let my fingers do the counting.
Okay, you ready? Question number 1.
Yes.
Which character speaks the first line in the original 1977 Star Wars movie? It's the movie Who Speaks First.
Yeah, C-3PO.
Correct.
Yes.
You have 1.
Yes.
You have 1.
Yes.
Okay, question number 2. Captain James Kirk is the most famous captain of the USS Enterprise in Star Trek.
Yes.
But who had the job before him in the TV series?
Oh, Pike. Christopher Pike.
Correct.
Yes. Because in the new movies,
They reference him.
he's in it.
Yeah.
He dies in the second one. Oh, this makes me feel so much better than the 4th of July already.
You're doing so well.
I got 2 for 2, baby.
Okay, this is a Doctor Who question.
Well, there's 50 years plus of Doctor Who. So
Okay, this is recent. When Doctor Who came back to TV in 2005, it was filmed under a secret code name.
Oh.
What was that code name?
You think I would know this?
When I looked at the answer, it was fairly obvious because it was like the secret organization in the show.
Oh,
but I would not have thought of it.
What is the name of that organization?
It was also a TV show.
I know. It was like a spinoff of Doctor Who.
Uh-huh.
Does it start with an H?
No. There's an H in it. Starts with a T.
Oh, come on. I give up.
Torchwood.
Torchwood. That's not what I was thinking of. But yes, I do remember that there was.
Do you know anything about Rick and Morty?
No, I mean Connor says it's the greatest cartoon about depression. That's all I know. He's like he loves Rick and Morty. He says it's pretty offensive, but he says that there's a lot of good human.
Okay, we're gonna skip the Rick and Morty.
No, ask me the question. We'll see. I can pass on it and not suffer a penalty.
Gave you the answer, so it's fine. Okay.
What was the question?
Which animated cartoon scientist catchphrase is "Wubba Lubba Dub Dub"?
I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, I figured that's
you asked me if I knew. Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That means I still get 2 right.
You have 2 right.
Out of I don't know how many. Is it numbered so I can see?
Yes. So we are on question number 4 now because we skipped that one.
Okay.
So, all right. Which of these 4 Marvel movie characters was not recast in a later film?
Okay.
Red Skull, General Thunderbolt Ross, Bruce Banner, also known as the Hulk, or James Rhodes, also known as War Machine. So they were in several movies. But
the second one, the Thunderbolt, is that the
General Ross?
Because Red Skull was recast in Endgame or in Infinity War. Who was the third one?
Bruce Banner.
Bruce Banner was recast twice. And then who's the last one is
Rhodey.
Rhodey, yeah, he was because he was I can't remember the guy's name, the first guy, but then he was later on.
Another guy.
Don Cheadle.
He was
right, guy. Don Cheadle. Yeah, they wanted Don Cheadle first, but they couldn't get him, so they cast this other guy, and then.
Well, you are correct.
Yeah,
you are correct. William Hurt played General Ross all the way through the series.
Yeah, so he was in the Hulk, and then he was in Civil War.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the superhero alter ego of the character Billy Batson?
Oh, I gotta give myself the third.
Yeah.
Billy Batson.
Now, I do remember you talking a lot about this.
Is it a Marvel or is it
It is a Marvel.
Okay.
And sort of also DC.
How is that even possible? Captain Marvel?
Yes!
Shazam.
Yes.
Yes. Shazam. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. And that's a fun fact. It's like not a lot of people know that. They're like, well, he's Shazam. He originally started out as Captain Marvel, but then Marvel wanted a Captain Marvel because obviously it's Marvel, but DC owned the rights to that, but then they got rid of it and just went with Shazam. So
okay. Question number 6.
Okay.
You ready? Complete the following famous quote from the TV series Lost in Space. Danger.
Will Robinson.
Correct.
Yes. Feeling good.
Okay. Question 7.
Which I've only seen a little bit of that. I heard that the new Netflix Lost in Space is supposed to be pretty good. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Nice.
So
there you go. If you need something to watch.
If I ever get Netflix again, I might watch it.
Yeah.
I hear it's more family friendly, so I may be wrong now. I don't know if it's taken a turn towards not family friendly. But Okay.
Okay. Where was Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings movies filmed?
New Zealand.
Correct.
Would you have gotten mad if I'm like Middle Earth?
Yes.
I want to go to New Zealand.
Me too. Okay. In 2001: A Space Odyssey, what song does the rogue computer system HAL 9000 sing
also
to himself?
Sprack Zarathustra.
What?
Am I wrong? I'm wrong?
Yeah. What does he sing to himself when he
Oh, I thought you were talking about
shut
the theme
down?
song. Okay, sorry. I thought you said, what is the theme song?
No, what does Hal sing to himself when he's shut down?
Oh.
Not so confident now, are you?
All I can hear is Pippin licking her paws.
Well, that's not the right answer.
The only thing I can think of is when he's being shut down, he keeps saying, I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's the nursery rhyme Daisy Bell or Bicycle Built for Two.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I remember seeing it, but all I remember him is saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, but you've only gotten 2 wrong so far.
All
so
right.
you're fine.
Okay, I'm going to count how many I got wrong because.
Here's a chance to redeem yourself. In the Batman comics, Dick Grayson was the first to act as the Caped Crusader's sidekick Robin, right?
Yes.
Can you name one of the other fictional characters to take on
Jason Todd or Timothy Drake? Can you get 2 points for that?
You didn't even let me finish the... Okay.
And then there's a girl, I can't remember her name because I'd pretty much stopped collecting comics by then.
Well, you are correct. Jason Todd and Tim Drake.
Yep.
Well done. Okay.
Connor has it now. I had the issue where Jason Todd dies. Like,
that seems sad.
When Robin dies. It is sad. Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing. And then Tim Drake becomes the third.
You said Nightwing, but I immediately saw Darkwing Duck in my head. So
no, different.
Not the same.
A little different, yeah. All right.
Not the same.
So I still only have 2 wrong.
I'm
keeping my wrongs because I'm running out of fingers. All right.
Okay. How old was the Jedi Master Yoda when he died in Star Wars? Return of the Jedi?
900.
You know, I'd really enjoy finishing these sentences. Sorry. But yes, around 900 years old. You're so excited.
I obviously got 2001 wrong because I jumped the gun. But that is the name of the theme song.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Okay. Now we're jumping to Jurassic Park.
Okay, it's great sci-fi.
It's a good soundtrack.
It's a great soundtrack too.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah.
Yay, soundtrack. Okay. In the film Jurassic Park, what is the name of the island where the park is located?
Isla. It starts with an N.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I think I'm wrong. Nebular.
No.
I don't know.
No. It's Nubar.
Nubar. I was so close. I had similar syllables. So 3 wrong. But come on. That was really good.
Fun fact about Jurassic Park.
Okay.
So Wayne Knight plays this terrible scientist.
Newman from Seinfeld.
Yes.
So
if you watch his clothing throughout the movie, he very much models some of his clothing after characters in Goonies.
Really?
Yeah, the flowery shirt.
Right.
There's the yellow raincoat. There's something else that parallels. Goonies, huh? Yeah.
Cool. All right, here's a little fact for you since we're talking about that. The first Jurassic Park was the only one that had Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum in it, right?
Right.
What more recent Marvel Cinematic Universe movie had both of them in it?
I know.
What is it?
It's Ragnarok.
Yeah, they weren't together in it, but they were both in that one.
Yeah.
So, thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Goldblum. It's one of our son's favorite actors right there, Jeff Goldblum.
It is.
He's entertaining.
Okay.
Except in The Fly. The Fly, he's scary. Sorry. It's gross. There's some really gross things. He like peels his fingernail.
I don't want to.
It's so gross. Okay, sorry.
No, I'm like trying to cover the ears of the microphone. Like,
okay.
2 more.
Great. I've only missed 3, I think.
Yes. In the Alien movies, Ellen Ripley is the main character. What's the name of her cat?
Oh, there was significance to the name of the cat, too.
Oh, so I wouldn't know that because I didn't watch those because they were scary.
It's not Ridley, is it?
No. But it is a last name of sorts.
Oh, man. The last name of sorts. Cameron.
No.
I don't know.
Jonesy,
really?
Yeah.
That's funny because that's what we named this cat that kept coming into our yard, Jonesy.
Well.
I didn't name it after Alien. It just must have. I thought it was named after one of the. That's why I said Ridley. I thought it was named after one of the Ridley Scott. I thought. James Cameron, because he was also, I think, involved, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Maybe. No, he was involved in Terminator.
I've never seen
Maybe Alien. I don't know. I don't know directors very well. I'm not good at that. Again, our son would be able to knock that. So I'm missing 4 now.
Yes. Last question.
Okay, I got to get it right. Jonesy. That's so funny.
What exactly is Deep Space Nine in the television series Star Trek Deep Space Nine?
It's a starport.
Or
Spaceport.
Space
Station?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Look, so you ended on a right answer.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't quite right, but I am right. Yeah, it's a space station.
You're right.
Yeah. So I only missed 4.
Yes.
Out of how many were there?
Like 10.
There was more than 10.
Oh, I skipped a few.
But
I don't know, but you only missed 4. Yay!
Good for me. I feel so competent now. See, I love sci-fi. I enjoy. I'm not a huge fan of the scary sci-fi. Pippin heard another dog barking.
She doesn't like scary sci-fi either. She wants to tell you about it.
I know, but like Event Horizon, I couldn't watch. The Fly was really hard for me. Alien and Aliens, those were kind of hard too. But when you put them all together into something called Spaceballs, I can watch that.
Yes.
So that scene where the alien pops out, I think it's John Hurt that plays the guy too. Who's the guy that had the alien pop out of him in the original, and it starts singing. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Spaceballs is incredible.
See, Spaceballs, Galaxy Quest, the ones that can really just have fun with sci-fi. I love those. Those are a lot of fun. But if it's scary, I have a hard time enjoying it. I did watch, I've watched the entire Cloverfields, and they're kind of sci-fi, and some of those are kind of scary. But the one that actually takes place in space, it was kind of scary, but it was funny enough because it had Chris O'Dowd in it. And like he loses his arm, but his arm is still working. Like it's just crawling around, and it's not it's not like bloody or anything. No,
okay.
It just like it like dimensionally weird. I don't know thing happened. So his arm's crawling everywhere during it. So that's kind of funny. But like if it's like bloody and gory and that Predator, I was okay with, but it was still pretty rough. But yeah, I love good sci-fi.
You need a sci-fi blankie.
Yeah, kind of what you had for Fringe, another great sci-fi TV show.
Yeah, there's some things I have to have a blanket so I can hide.
For that. I don't really want a sci-fi blankie. I have eyelids, so that works. You know, if I really
no, the blanket's like the protective shield that nothing bad can happen.
It's like a physical barrier.
Yeah.
That really does nothing because your TV screen is also a physical barrier.
And if it's really bad, I have a sci-fi blankie and a dog.
Yep, you got the dog that I'm petting so she won't bark.
So yeah, I'm pretty much a baby when it comes to things that could possibly maybe scare me.
Okay, so out of serious sci-fi, I know Galaxy Quest is probably your favorite sci-fi, right? Is that what you said? What is your like serious sci-fi? It's like if you're like being serious, what is your favorite? You said Doctor Who, but like a movie, I guess.
Oh,
I guess Doctor Who.
Well, I mean, Doctor Who is just a TV show.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
A movie.
Of course, Hitchhiker's Guide. I think you said that too. That's so good.
I'll go with Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's good.
It's fun.
That's good. Yeah, that's the thing about sci-fi. There's kind of a distinction. Like some of it, fantasy and sci-fi, a lot of blurred lines, you know. And Star Trek or Star Wars kind of almost is like, because sci-fi, you almost think, well, it could happen. Kind of like they're working towards this anyway. Like Star Trek, it was about, you know, these people discovered warp speed. So now they're using that to go to different planets and things like that. Star Trek or Star Wars is almost like it's already its own universe. It's already its own, it almost has this like sci-fi or this fantasy element because it's got like the Force and it's got its own. But then our son says that the Star Wars is a really good Western, and I kind of have to agree on that. It has a very Western
The Mandalorian
feel. Mandalorian is totally Western. It felt
very Western.
It is so Western. But I get what he's saying about it, because first of all, Tatooine's like this desert. You know, so you have that. You have like these elements where it was like, you know, you have the Tusken Raiders. It's kind of like the Cowboys and Indians, and you know, it has that feel to it. You got the quick draw with Han Solo, things like that. So I get it. I get, especially the episode 4 probably had the biggest Western feel to it. So it's interesting. You can kind of blur lines on a lot of that. And then there's sci-fi Westerns called Westworld, which was a movie and now is a TV show, which I've never seen the TV show.
Never seen the movie.
Yeah, it had Yul Brynner in it.
I feel like I need to stop the podcast and like go bone up on some sci-fi.
That's right. Well, that's what we did last Saturday. We really and saw some things we'd never seen before, and some things I don't know why we keep watching it, like Birdemic.
Because it's terrible and it's awesome.
It is terrible. Again, if you have a chance, to see it. You got to watch it, but watch the riff track of it. 'Cause
It's
fun.
the worst, and it's glorious.
Yeah, it's fun because it's bad. Riff Tracks has fun with bad sci-fi. Well, Mystery Science Theater, I loved that from the go too, and
I
that's
didn't
always
like
fun.
that.
And it has fun. It didn't always do sci-fi, but it was a lot of sci-fi, and I enjoy that. But yeah, it's one of those things I love. I'm not that like. I'm just not dedicated enough to any genre of anything to know all the little nuances like the Trekkies do, and you know it's.
So you don't speak the language.
I don't speak Klingon or Dothraki or whatever the Game of Thrones one is, and I just enjoy it. It's fun, and that's it. And that's the whole point, right?
That's right.
All right. So why don't we teleport out of here?
Okay.
So, all right. Insert teleport sound now.
That didn't work.
Of course, it doesn't work because it doesn't exist yet.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. But until then, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Bye.
Bye.